Gemini, what come first, the chicken or the egg? What come first before the eggs? What comes after? The after effects. I'm looking to see the effects of my return of my investment, and I'm looking to see what the effects are of something that I'm doing now. For a lot of you, is what I'm hearing for a lot of you. If you haven't seen this channel before, I could be dealing with a Scorpio, but if you haven't seen this channel before, I channel some stuff and then we look into your tarot stuff and it's all changed, so just stick in there, Gemini. But I'm looking to see what the after effects are. I'm trying to see the effects of it. It's kind of like that you're doing something or taking something medical or pharmaceutical or anything like that, and I'm actually seeing the benefits in it. So, like I said, it seems that you could be doing, well, pretty much like me, another juice, but like taking something like this and seeing the effects of it. It's kind of like I'm doing a taste test, or I'm just dipping my toe in the water, something around the Sagittarius. But I am like cooking and eating, because I keep saying like what come first, the chicken or the egg. So something to do like eating chicken and also eating eggs, or beating a lot of eggs and making a lot of cakes or something like that, or making haste. So, or making yeast. They're saying like yeast. So we're making bread. So some of you, like, you're making bread or you're cooking and baking. You had this before, but like what came first, chicken or the egg? But they're saying that I'm taking something, like a substance of something like yeast or something like that, and a powder of something, or I'm making my own powder, and I'm seeing the benefits from taking something. So that is pretty much what they're saying that you have coming up for your June, Gemini. Is that I'm looking to see, it's kind of like a taste test or a test of something, and I need to do it first to see the outcome. Like, it's kind of like I want to know if it works or not, and if it does, then I have to do it to see if it works. But for a lot of you, like I said, this can be general things like this, like taste testing eggs, but we'll say eggs, bacon, but like eggs or bacon or food or cooking or a restaurant or something like that you're doing, or like you're really looking at food and looking at the effects of what it has. Because I'm picking up like bacon and sausages, so some of you could be on like an Atkins diet, or the name Atkins or Rebecca, but I'm definitely hearing Rabia also, Rabia Rashad. But like I'm trying to see what the effects are. I think a lot of you are on diets and stuff like that, and looking at consumption, and what it is that I have comes out. So it's kind of like that I have something and then it comes out. It slips out of someone's mouth, or it slips out of someone's backside. I don't know. But like, what on earth are your messages? I can't really get one for you. Well, not that's important. As I'm saying, I think a lot of your messages are really around like taste testing and testing something. Like testing, 1, 2, 3, hello. Like testing a microphone, or testing something to do around music, and the after effects of, like, I don't know, special effects or after effects or Adobe or something like that, or music, and testing it and then seeing it's like, okay, we need to go for like a sound test, or I need to go for a sonic test or a sonic hearing test or like a sonic wave test. What is that? Like a sonogram? They're saying something to do with sonogram, and I need to go for a sonogram. Is a sonogram something to do with pregnancy or something like that? I don't know. Is it like an internal track? So they're saying like a music track or an internal track, and then testing like caloric irrigation, and I need to go and have my tracks tested. But this is also like music, like I need to have my track tested, like I'm putting it out there to see if anybody likes my music. Well, you can also get my music now free actually on the full access bundle, but I'll tell you towards the end. But yeah, it's part of the full access bundle. If you're interested in my music and you like it, it's just an added bonus that you get in there now. So it's kind of like shoving everything in and seeing what I get out of it, like a blender or a juicer, or like blending things together. I'm definitely picking up like Sagittarian energy for a lot of you, but that can also be a 5, so it could be Taurus as well. Also, if you're a Gemini, you can also be a Capricorn energy. Okay, but if you haven't seen the video, make sure you watch the video below. It does explain about numerology and also star signs, of how you would relate that when you watch a message. It's kind of like thinking, oh, okay, I can actually watch Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Jupiter, North Node, but then I can also watch my placement of numerology. Okay, so it's very important if you haven't seen it yet. But like I'm putting like things out there, and I'm trying to get noticed by someone or something, like music, or like I'm putting things out in order to sell, and they can buy it. So it's kind of like making my own product and making my own stuff and then selling it. So like I said, it can be food, and you make your own food and then you sell it, or it's kind of like you make your own product and then you sell it. Okay, but for some of this, like I said, it's around a blender. So it can be, I don't know, doing something around cooking or something like that, and you're like buying products and you're buying new equipment. Some of you are buying music equipment or equipment itself, like a microphone, or you're buying yourself an equipment that is like food equipment, and you're kind of like really getting into like a health kick. Me, I'm actually on a juice fest, so anything that really passes my gullet is one meal at night, but everything else during the day is green juice and also fruit and vegetable, but this one is fruit. Okay, but things like that is what I'm picking up. Like you're looking at a blender, you're looking at juicing, you're looking at like health, cooking, anything else for Gemini? Mixing and mastering. See, because that's also what I do. So a lot of you probably do that, like mixing and mastering, masterson, or masking, like masking tape. Alaska, from Alaska, but I'll ask her. Anyway, I always get very sporadic messages with Gemini sometimes. Well, very generic. Just kind of like looking at health, looking at food, looking at leaves, looking at like trees. I mean, me, because I'm juicing and stuff like that, man, it's like you can see all kinds of things through these eyes, but like like seeing the benefits of what you're doing, you're seeing the benefit from it. You're like you're reaping some kind of reward, or the Grim Reaper, something to do like Bill or Ted, or like a Scorpio, but like yeah, reap what you sow. You reap what you sow, or from sown. But like sowing the seeds of love. Like, I don't know, I mean, is it sunflower? You're something to do with Leo, and your son is a Leo, or your partner is a Leo. But like sunflower seeds, and like poppies, and seeds, and all that kind of thing. Is what, or like, unless you're gardening. Like you're going to a garden centre and stuff like that, or like a, what do you call it? A farmer's market. And you're like marketing and farming and stuff like that, and you're like pharmaceuticals or farmers market, and you're going to like flower shows and like planting seeds or buying seeds and then planting your own and making plants, or like for the summer, like what do they call them, like hanging baskets of flour. But for some reason I keep picking up like a lot of flour, which is like yeast, so it's like bread, making bread and all things like that. But so some of you have got to be like a baker, or the name baker, or like you're baking bread and making like food, and you had this before. How is it all going? I mean, are any of these messages relate with you? But all of your messages so far seem to be around food. Food for thought, like feeding something, or breastfeeding, or milk, or like cows, like farming and planting, like seeds, and like growing, and like farmers, or a farmer's market. And if you're not one of these, then going to them and buying like fresh fruit and vegetables and all of these kind of stuff, like going to a market or a superstore, and like looking at a fridge, or like buying a new fridge and things like this, and trying to eat fresh and organic is what they're saying. That's the only messages I can really pick up for you of what my spirit is saying. I don't know why I just heard organ donor. Like I'm looking for an organ donor, or I'm looking for a donation, or I'm looking for an organ donor, or an organ. Like some of you are looking for like a, so hopefully someone's looking for some of mine, because I'm selling a couple of mine. But yeah, like I've got a Korg wave state, OP1. God, there's loads more in the other room. But like, yeah, looking for an organ or a keyboard or something like that, or like, I don't know, even like a computer keyboard, or an actual physical like MIDI keyboard. Or you do this for like a channel, and you do MIDI keyboards and music and stuff like that. I mean, I've got some good ones coming up for Angel Radio because I've just got something new very soon. And I'm going to start doing some very melodic, slow stuff very soon. But I've got some good ideas for what I do as well as a sideline. But something like that, like music. Yeah, because I had Cynthia or synthesizer, but also like none the wiser or a miser, or like looking for like jugs, measuring jugs, and like a geezer or something, or like someone is a geezer, but like I'm looking for a geezer, or I'm looking for like sizing, like size measurement, like clothes, like I'm looking for your measurement. So like I said, some of you could be losing weight and you're going to buy a load of new clothes for June. So if you've been on a health kick, a lot like me, and you're on a health kick, you're really going to start seeing the benefits. 11:11 on the clock, there you go, so it's got to be true, right? But like, if you're not guessed yet, I have a Gemini moon. But like, yeah, like going to buy new clothes, because they're saying that whatever it is that you're doing, you're going to reap the rewards from it, you're going to get the benefits from it. So it's kind of like looking for accolades of like a hit track or something like that, and you get the accolades for it. It's kind of like one of these people that have made a hit track, and then all of a sudden they gain the, what do you call that with a song that was kind of like, you believe anything good, love? But that one, right? And they made like a really good one-hit wonder type sort of hit, and then they live off the royalties. So the royals, Rolls Royce or Ray Owls or a company of driving, but like royalty. So some of you are royalty, or like you're looking for Roy, the name Roy or Roger, but like the royalties. So I'm living off something, and then I'm living off the benefits of the royalty, which means that whatever it is that I do and sell, if I make my own stuff, it is full profit. Like it is full profit because I physically make it myself. Like it is me, I work for myself. I'm very efficient. You could be dealing with a fish or a Pisces. You could be selling fish on a market. Whatever it is, it's kind of like I'm getting the full benefits from it because it's either fruit, organic, and I'm seeping the rewards of the organic stuff, and I'm physically changing my appearance and clothes and stuff. Or like I'm making and designing my own stuff and then seeking like full reward for it because I've physically done and made this with my own hands out of my own time. So it's kind of like that I'm like getting the rewards for it and looking for the royalties in it. So some of this, like I said, this could also be the royal wedding or a royal plan of a wedding that could be coming up. But like I said, Prince Philip, he was a Capricorn rising, but he was a Gemini, but that was also 6 in numerology. So there could be something that's going on around the royals, and it might even mean that there's a wedding or something and you need to get like a suit. So I don't know if this could be a funeral or something that is coming up of an importance of needing a suit, because it's kind of like I need a suit and tie, and I need to like, or I'm eating Thai food and stuff like that, or I need a suit and tie because I have something coming up that I'm going to have to go to. So like I said, I mean, I wouldn't really know if this is a funeral or not because of last month and all of the people that lost and things. So you're dealing with a Virgo energy, but I need a suit and tie because I have to go to something, like a suit and tie event, or like people that work like in restaurants and it's like a suit and tie. It's a suit and tie event. So this could be like Downham Market. Downham Market is a place called around here that's called Downham Market. It's a horse racing show. Okay, and people go and they like Taylor, the name Taylor, Steve, or Taylor, but like they go and get fitted for a suit or something, and then they wear like hats and stuff, and they go on the parade of the horses and they watch them all go around, and they're like, oh dear, isn't that spiffing? Look at the size of that horse. And they go, oh no, I want 5-1 on that one, darling. So like a proper like or people that go to the dog races or something, and it's like a suit and tie event. And then it's kind of like caterers. So you might be a caterer. or the name Katie or Kate. But like you're going to like a caterer, and you're trying to get like, well, I don't know, you're either going to look for a caterer and asking them to cater for you, or you are the caterer, and you're the person that pretty much goes out, and like I said, you're cooking bread and all of these kind of things like sausage, eggs, bacon, and it's kind of like a, I don't know, all you can eat type sort of thing, and breakfast, and you stay over at a hotel and you have like breakfast, dinner, tea at a hotel, or you go to an event and you are the caterer and you cater for these kind of things because you might seek like a baker's oven. A baker's oven? So there's a place in Chatteris. Sorry, someone could really be from here. But the baker's oven is like a bakery, and they kind of like make cakes and all stuff like that, and they sell it to a bakery, and then they give them money for making that, and then they put a profit on top of it. So it's kind of like these, I don't know, caterers or a baker's oven, and it's like a place that makes bread and tea cakes and all of those kind of things and whatnot. Or looking for an event of something that's coming up where it's a suit and tie event. Or, if not, you could well be going away in June and you go like a bed and breakfast and you go like all you can eat. So, what do they call that? I haven't been away in so long, but when you fly over and fly private flight, you're alright, but like you fly over somewhere and you have I forget what they call them, but all inclusive. Right. So something is exclusive. So this would also be someone that I like watching that makes music, but like exclusive, right? But yeah, we're gonna go exclusive or Lucifer, Capricorn energy, but elusive. Yeah, but something here around like an event, and it's like a yeah, like I said, it's probably holiday, like people going on holiday, or it's a caterer, and I need a caterer for something. Anyway, if not, none of the above, it's just pretty much I'm looking after my appearance, I'm looking after my health, I'm going to buy some new shop, I'm going to buy a shop. Someone's going to buy a shop. So it feels like I'm going to buy a shop in order to sell the things that I do. So, like I said, for a lot of you, you're going to make an investment on a shop to sell a load of things. Right? And this doesn't have to be food, but it's kind of like we have a shop and you can look at it. A shop. Anyway, unless you're just going shopping. But yeah, so let's have a look at the external things that are going on around you here for a start, and then we'll look into your June reading. Gemini, excuse me. But show me what's going on externally around Gemini. What's happening and going on around Gemini? Here, Six of Cups, you're probably at the moment spending a lot of time with the family. You're trying to make decisions what to do, of when to go over to see your partner if you're in partnership. You're probably making a decision to go and see the family. Okay, a family vacation or just family time. If you're in a third party, then obviously someone goes off to see their kids and the other person if you're in a third party energy. If you're not, it's kind of like a lot of family energies. What's going on around Gemini at the moment? So yeah, some of you are finding it very difficult. You've got 2 and 2. This really came up in the last reading that I did, which was Taurus, which was also Sagittarian energy because it's a 5. There was a lot to do with these 2 2s that came up around here towards the end of June. Some of you might find it very difficult, and have been, in order to talk with parents about certain things and really not getting on with them. Some of you have had secrets and stuff like that, and you still feel that there are secrets that have been hidden from you externally. That people, because I think the reading that came out for another one is not getting the truth from someone, which means that I've been misleaded, and I've been telling people certain things, or someone has been saying it and it was around getting it from other people, which means that I haven't been told the truth, and it's pretty much been the energy of the messages are been misdirected, which means that somebody started to say some of the truth, but they didn't say the whole truth. The whole truth, so help me God. Some of you could have gone to church, things like this, okay, court, sorry. But again, here, it's like somebody caught somebody in the act, maybe saying something, and now they've closed down. So it's also like people that can like not tell the truth. They start something, and then they don't finish it, which means I started something, but I don't finish it. Or I started something, took the energy, or took the words that were said, and then took them out of someone's mouth and put them into another. So then it's kind of like Chinese whispers. I implied something, but I really didn't actually tell everybody the truth. I pretty much lied out the back teeth, didn't tell everybody the truth of what this was, took the energy of all of the like speaking, and then just kind of like avoided the truth, but just said a small piece of it. So like quarter truth, half truth, quarter truth. So it means that whatever it is that has gone on in this dynamic for these 2 and 2 to come up is somebody that's been confusing soul group readings or confusing energies here within around family, which means that, okay, I need to find my way in, and how can I do that? So I have to confuse the energy by just saying something but not really telling the truth. Or it means that I can't tell the truth, because if I do, the other person will know that I found out. So you've got a lot of these where I can't tell you the truth because I don't know the truth. And it means that I haven't asked the person directly myself to know the truth is, so I've got nothing but to go off is just my pure intuition, the fact that I feel that someone is very off at the moment. Right. I went over all of this in the Taurus reading. Somebody that was pretty much spreading lies or manipulating the energy, and then stopped speaking about it, and then like said something but then closed down and didn't say it all. Like I only said a little piece of something, but I didn't really let you know everything. Like I didn't tell you all of the truth. I just told you just a very small bit, just to get you interested, and then not really know what the truth is. Do you know what I'm saying? It's fucking very strange. But yeah, something that's been going on around your family or around soul groups itself, okay? People that you interact with, you've not been speaking to for a lot. It's kind of like, I'm just going to stay and keep this to myself. Fuck it. I've had enough. You know, I don't want to speak every minute of the day. I can't speak with you 24/7. It can be a family member. I only talk to you now and again, but I keep you at arm's length, right? Arm's length, which means that I don't want to be around you 24/7. If there's a lonely person here within the 6 and it's a family member and they've retired and all that kind of thing, because that came up for a Taurus reading, if they're retired and they get very frustrated and fed up because they can't speak to their grandkids or they can't speak to the person they live with at home, it's kind of like they wait for the person to come home to fill their life for them, right? Because it's kind of like this unfulfilling feeling, right? Unforgiven. Which means that you always give me too much attention when I don't want it, and you ask me questions that I don't want to answer. And because you have, it's like the Spanish Inquisition. It's a feeling of like, when I get home, the last thing I want to do, if I want to be on my own, is be around you. I actually want to be left alone, and I want to be on my own. I don't want to get involved. I don't want you to ask me personal questions, right? So you've got this dynamic that seems to be going on around people that live on top of one another, maybe, in the 6 of Cups, and you do just quite simple things. It's kind of like you go into the kitchen, and when you do, another person walks into the kitchen because they know that you're in there, and they start talking to you when you really don't want to talk about it, right? So it means that there's certain things that are on my mind, and when I do, I come out of sanctuary for wherever I feel great, which is the 6 of Cups. I go over in order to see something, but there's nothing to say. So it's kind of like, oh, this is boring. So it's kind of like, oh, okay, then if you've got nothing to say to me, and you're like, well, I really haven't. I actually came in the kitchen in order to be on my own, to be able to cook. And because I'm cooking, I really don't want you around me in the kitchen, fucking running around like a blue-ass fly. I really don't want you around me at the moment because I'm trying to think straight. Right? So you can look at this as a child or anybody who's around you, but the messages that I'm picking up that are, for one of them, been around you, is anything that makes you feel extremely uncomfortable about being around a person. Now, those messages that you may miss can be very simple. It can be very simple, because they can mean like I haven't got time on my hands to look after you 24/7, which means it can be an older person or somebody that is retired. And because they're retired, it's tiring out the other person having to do all of that work for a person. So it means, well, I'm going to stay at home while you go out and do all of these kind of things for me, and then when you come back each day and every single day, there's nothing to say. So it's kind of like somebody's bending someone over to their own will to say, look, can you do all of these things for me? I just need you to go and do that. I need you to go and do this. I need you to go and do that. I can't actually show my face. Right? I can't go out. Because I can't go out, or don't want to go out, or refuse to go out, can you go out and do all of this for me? Right? There's another message there for something. Because it can be someone that's physically ill, but it can also be somebody that's like codependent on other people turning up before I can do it, right? Which means that I need you to do this for me because I can't. And then when you get back, I get very frustrated and fed up the fact that you speak about the same things every time. So it's like breaking a Guinness Book of Records of the same thing, right? So it's like I'm caught in a loop. So like every time I'm at home and I go into the kitchen, are you there? But we don't have anything to say to one another, because what you ask me is private about my love life, or you ask me stuff that I don't want to talk about. And because I don't, if you don't get that through your intuition of me being quiet, that means, can you just leave me alone? And can you not ask me, because I don't really want to know? If I go into the kitchen, I want to really, if you can't handle the heat, then get out, right? So it kind of means that if you don't want to be here, then don't be here, right? So it can be an ultimatum. Someone's there saying, look, if you don't want to be here, then don't be here. What do you mean? Of course I want to be here, I live here. Or this is mine, and this is mine. No, it's yours. And you've got this tit for tat of like a divorce or people arguing over what's theirs. So in a soul group energy of home, what we'll look at for a start, it feels like a lot of you here, if you live at home with a person you don't really want to speak to 24/7, that when you do come out into the Six of Cups, into the home, when you get there and you open the door and you go out, this other person grabs your attention really quickly and you're like, oh fuck bruv, I don't want to, please don't give me the Spanish Inquisition and start asking me to do all of these things for you. I'm busy, I've got stuff to do. I can't do all of this for you, can't you do it yourself? Oh, well, okay, then if you ain't got time to speak to me, well, can't you get a job? Oh, I have got a job. And like, well, if you haven't and you're retired and you're at home on your own, don't keep looking for me to be the source of energy for you. Get something going in your life that is meaningful to you. Don't push and force my energy, because that's why people here are closed down and being quiet, is because someone's kind of like, I don't want you in my business. I don't want you in my life. I might want you in my life and you're in it. But what I do not want to be doing is talking to you about certain things, right? I don't want to be talking to you about it. So please keep out of it and don't say anything, right? You're living at home in that energy for a lot of you, right? So here also, there is something to do with around an ultimatum, where somebody could have started to say something, and then when they do, they got cut off, which means that I start to speak, but you don't never let me finish. So I never got to say my piece. You basically just done something, you said it, and then when I went to say my bit, you basically just cut me off, cut like cool runnings. You just cut me off and then blocked me out, told me to be quiet and shut up, without actually telling me what on earth it was that I did wrong. Right? So I don't know where these messages are coming from, because they don't have to be around your family now. Because these are external energies of a message that goes, I know exactly what that is for. Because you've got 4. You've got it like 2 and 2. You've got like 4 energy of Scorpio. Private, confidential, right? It's mine. Yeah, but you're a part of the soul group. I thought you were. No, you're not now. Why? Right? Yeah, but we're supposed to be in a group. This is supposed to be ours. We're supposed to do this together. No, we're not. Really? Why? Well, you didn't give me a chance to speak. The moment I did, you just basically cut me off and I didn't get a chance to say anything. Why is that? Because I don't want to listen. I don't want to know. It's private, it's confidential, right? So you've got all of these energies where some people have been cutting people off at the knees and not giving them a chance to speak and say their piece, right? Whatever that is for you, I don't know, but people haven't had their say, which means, no, I'm having my say and my opinion and that's it, but then when you have an opinion, I get fed up with listening. So, for instance, there are certain people I know They love to talk, right? They love, and this is how this plays out. And I'll be honest with you, somebody loves to talk, right? I do this for a living, but I don't love to talk. Believe me, when this camera's off, I love peace and quiet, tranquility, and people out of the way, out of my energy. Honest to God, not nastily. That's just what I prefer, right? I'm very private. I like things out the way and no one interfering with my mind or my energy, right? Somebody loves to talk, right? Family situation, soul group. talk. I don't want to know. I haven't got time. Blah blah blah. Soul group energy lesson, right? Oh, okay. But then if you haven't got time, partner of person came up against somebody that now blames me because I don't talk, right? A lot. I do now and again, but when you look at control and closing down and God knows what else everybody goes through in general in life, it gets swapped around on the person that constantly wants to talk. They actually met their match with somebody now that actually over-talks that person, right? But now that person doesn't like that. The fact that they have found their match of somebody that does love to talk just as much as that other person, and they talk. Somebody's also been talking shit and smack about people behind people's back also. But again, talk. Me, I don't like all of that, right? It does my head in. I can't listen to people that are... So, right, met match, person for them. Talk. Just talk. I just want you to talk. You don't ever give me a chance to talk, no, because to talk. Right? So the energy of 3 of a lesson came from an energy of all I want to do is talk to my son, but he won't want to talk to me. Right? Why is that? Because he's private, he's confidential, he's a very reserved person, likes to keep things to himself and doesn't like bothering. But I'm going to keep pushing his buttons in order until I get what I want. Until I get back into the talking bit. Until I get what I want back into the talking bit, I'm just going to keep doing it and adding pressure onto someone that closes down more. I don't get it. So what do I get? A partner. So if you're looking at family, son doesn't want to know, right? Here. Okay, but I keep wanting to talk. So what have I manifested? Somebody that loves to talk. Talk. You talk too much. You don't give me a chance to say my opinion. I'm not bothered. You're out. What? Yes, it's my show. It's my show. It's my house. It's my thing. It's mine. Right? No, it isn't. Yes, it is. If you don't like it, get out, get off, get out. I don't want to be around you because you talk too much, which is what I want to do. But to a person that doesn't want to talk to me. So it gets reflected back to a person that wants to talk all the time compared to somebody that doesn't. Now, if this is a family group situation of 6, and this has been going on in the family, look at this as if this is a mother wanting to talk to a son, but the son doesn't want to talk to the mum. But one person in this scenario really does want to talk a lot. The person that they meet as a soul group person talks too much compared to the person that doesn't talk and get a chance in edgeways. Right. Do you see what I'm saying? So with me, I get battered my head in with so many questions that I don't want to answer because they're private in my relationship externally. Don't forget we're looking at external energies. Right? So things that I don't want to divulge in my life. Right? I don't want people to know it. If I feel uncomfortable, I just don't want to know. I just don't want to know. Right? So I keep that private, confidential. If somebody keeps forcing that out of me, what they get is less. I don't give them more, I give them less. Right? So through that energy of around Gemini is like if I want loads more info, right? And I want loads more info, I want loads more info, I want loads more info, but my son won't talk to me, or one of my family members won't, but I do actually am a Gemini that has met somebody, but I don't give them a commitment, but I get fed up with them talking all the time. That's what you get for the energy of around the son or the daughter, right? Your reflection of a mirror that comes through of what you want all of the time is what you've got all the time. So if you're constantly thinking, oh man, this person isn't talking to me, this person isn't talking to me, why are they not talking to me? Why are they not talking to me? you've manifested something of someone not talking to you, right? So then if you think, because I want to talk, 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 and you did meet somebody that talks too much, you've now met your match. That's what I'm hearing here. Because you've got this energy of where it's happening around you, of where people are saying too much stuff or not enough, and giving half-truths but not the full amount of truth. And then you've kind of got this where, well, I don't really know, because as soon as I started talking, you just pretty much cut me off and cut me out. How come? You was talking to me at one point, but then all of a sudden you stopped? Well, there's not an equal amount of communication here. So it's kind of like, yeah, but you talk too much. It's like, why can't you just dampen it down a little bit and ask me one question? But when I get like 6 questions all bombarded, oh no, I just need your time. I've just okay, I've got a list now of things because I haven't spoke to you for an hour. I've now got a list of things that I want to speak to you about. And you're like, bruv, that would do anybody's head in, Gemini, right? It would do anybody's head in, right? So it's kind of like, yeah, but I haven't got time to speak to you all of the time. I can't do that for you all of the time. You've got to learn to do this yourself, right? So you've got these energies where around it might be someone that's asking someone to do a lot of favours for them. And I want you to do this for me, and I want you to do that for me, and I want you, like a retired person. But the other person isn't retired. And the trouble is when you get older people that are retired, they can then start to think, oh, okay, well, I've raised my children, now it's time for my children to look after me. Not in this dynamic here. Some people, through a long-standing family karma of not speaking, they have a condition that because I want it, other people want it. Because I believe in it, other people are supposed to believe in it. It's not. People have free will to believe in whatever they like. It's still a lie, right? It's still a lie, but they still have that choice of doing whatever it is that they want without being demanded to be shut down or closed off. So it's kind of like, well, you didn't give me a chance to speak. You didn't give me a chance to actually say anything. You pretty much just cut me off at the knees because you're not interested. You was interested before and now you're not. It's like, yeah, well, you talk too much now. Like you said, too much, right? So you kind of got these very strange energies around you of why on earth I can, because this is judgment. These are people that are being judged for what they say here. So, like I said, someone makes someone feel accountable for what they say in life. Because these twos mean judgment. It means that I am judging you for what you say, and I am judging you for what you don't say. And it can mean I'm secretly watching you getting pissed off because of what you're saying. I'm frustrated. I'm extremely religious. So I don't like you talking about God or something like that. I've had it on my channel. People trying to tell me that I'm not, in a nice way, I've got nothing against people that are religious, but people telling me that I shouldn't be doing these channels. I shouldn't be doing my channel. I shouldn't be listening or saying or doing anything that I want on my own channel. And they get very pissed off and they get very fed up because I have a voice of my conditioning of my calling. So they get very frustrated. They get very fed up because my opinion is different than others. Because I actually speak the truth through my mouth and not my arse. Not everybody likes that. No, everybody ever will. So some people in life, they get very opinionated because they can't control you to stop saying or doing something because they don't see it that way. They do. Right? Because they do, that does not mean that they do voodoo. And that does not mean that they do what you do. Right? It doesn't. It means that you have a different way of looking at things and a different condition of belief. You believe in one way, they believe in another way. So your conditioning is saying, don't speak about it, don't watch, don't get wound up, whatever it is that's doing. I've said this for so long, and it's now appeared up with possibly others. If I annoy you that much, then don't annoy yourself, because I will annoy you. Because I will not stop doing my calling, and I will not stop doing my channel. It's my channel. I can do what I want. That's up to you as the consumers, right? You either like it or you don't, but if you hate it but love it, but want to take it and not like it, you'll just wind yourself up. Like, that's stupid. Because you will, you know, you wind yourself right up by not being able to control me, right? So then I'll start thinking, man, you're off your head. You're not going to control me. You're not going to tell me what I should say and what I shouldn't say. That's extremely controlling by something that is supposed to be freedom of speech. Even if you look at people that are religious, you get people that preach. They go to church to do it, right? So it doesn't matter what people say. It's free. It's called YouTube, right? So they can say or do whatever it is that people want. That's down to the consumer, the buyer, the person, the listener. That's down to them. But for some here, there's this very strange energy of someone, as what I'm hearing, is getting extremely, or has done, got extremely annoyed because the person speaks out their mouth. Right? Or speaks too much, or speaks not at all. But again, it's kind of like this energy of speaking, right? Public speaking, right? And people getting very annoyed because people are speaking, right? Whatever it is that they want. People are free to do that, right? You have vocal cords, right? 6 of Cups. So Capricorn, Taurus or Virgo. You see, but because we're looking at 6 and Gemini, this could be a Capricorn energy, but because it's Earth, it'll appear up in other readings, right? But Earth sign, Taurus, Virgo or Capricorn, right? Stable energy, but trying to tame the beast. But or someone, it doesn't matter of the star sign. Somebody that's just extremely comfortable the way they are, left alone. I don't want bothering. I just like my job. I like what I do, who I am, where I am. And you're not gonna sway me. Swayly? Swayly or sway Wayman? Or two of Wands. Cancerian, 7 also. You see, it's kind of like I get home and I speak to my mum or my father about my relationship, and they ask me to put me at a standstill and tell me that I'm not supposed to do something. Okay, I've got an idea. I'm going to go forward on it. Somebody makes someone feel accountable for going forward on an idea that they want. This can be metaphysical or physical. But 2 has an idea to do something. When I do I always feel as if other people are trying to stop me from going forward on it? They're trying to stop me from success. They always seem to stand in my way that just chuck a 2 in there. They judge me for wanting to do what I want. They judge me for going forward on ideas that I want to go on. Right? They make me feel as if I'm not supposed to be speaking. They make me feel as if I'm not supposed to be doing whatever it is that I want to do to go forward in life. Every time do I get forward, do I get pulled backwards into drama of people telling me that I should or shouldn't be doing something, when I'm the one that stands at the 2. I'm the one that stands here doing things. If I want to do it my way, I will. Okay? So why are other people trying to stop people from moving forward? People don't walk backwards in life. Right? The High Priestess. Here. So, what on earth does this mean? Ace of... There's been a chance, but someone's just been holding on to, like, ego. They've been holding on to it, right? They're just kind of like holding on to the stance of not speaking, not saying something, holding on for dear life of something that they've got. You got 2 and 1 here, which is the 3 of Wands. But it feels like that when I go to see somebody or talk to somebody, but privately about something. It's kind of like all these private eyes that people have been speaking privately about other people. Like, I've been speaking to you privately about something that's going on with me. Right. And this is where these sort of truth, half-truthy sort of things may have come from. Where it's kind of like... I've been speaking to you privately about something that's going on with me here. Because the Chariot moves forward, right? But it also goes back. Because it's like getting in a car, going to visit, and then coming back. And it's like when I go over to visit my person, I talk to them about things that have been going on with me, blah, 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 and what's been going on in my relationship and so on and so forth. But then I get back to the mother or father and they ask me certain circumstances that are going on here that are making me feel awkward that I don't want to answer. I don't want to tell people what my problem is. I don't want to tell people what my problem is about the other person, because if they find out that I actually speak the truth, they might judge me, or people might judge me, because they'll start to see who I really am. Because the High Priestess is a person that hides things, right? Like truth or half-truth or truth, but they hide things. So it means that I don't want people to see what is behind the mask, or people to really see what I am truly like out in the crowd, right? Which means that I've been holding on to something for quite some time that's been pissing me off and winding me up, and I haven't been speaking about it. So Spirit has now made me do something, or made something happen in my energy now that I don't like, right? Because of things that haven't been spoke about. And it feels like this energy of I haven't been saying what's really been pissing me off and what's been winding me up. And because it has, I've been holding on to that ego not saying it. But I can't say. Because if I do say, it'll give the other person what I don't want them to have. Which is attention, which is anything. Success. I don't want them to have the truth. I don't want them to be able to know that I've been saying something or not been saying something. Okay? Like I said, it can be a mistress energy, for instance, right? And say that I'm seeing someone, but I don't want to tell you that I'm seeing someone, right? So like, I'm damned if I do and I'm damned if I don't now, and all I know is that I can only really just keep my mouth shut and actually not say anything. So you've had control here in the past that's now led to people taking a standoff and having to be very quiet, that's fucking really annoyed someone through a conditioning of speaking. Which means that somebody could have spoke, but they spoke out of turn for another person. Well, you can't control what people say, right? Because that's freedom of speech. I'm free to do or say whatever I want as a human. And if you don't like it, then why is it now that you've had a cob on because I said something for myself for once? I spoke. No, no, no. You're supposed to follow my condition. No, I'm not. I'm supposed to do what I want to do with my life. I'm free. I'm available to do what I want with it. And because if I am, and you don't like it, then why the fuck are you still in my energy here? Right? So it all seems to be externally where a lot of people have kind of been kicked out, closed out, not known the reason why, been able to speak but then not been able to speak about it, because somebody's forced the energy and put it out there around speaking, public speaking, or speaking, or I don't like what you say when you publicly speak to people on a channel or something, because I don't like what you say or the tone of your voice now. Now I don't. What I did, now I don't like it. You see? Because people speak. That's why I rub people up the wrong way. Because I just follow what my spirit tells me. If my spirit tells me and I feel it, I speak it. Straight up. Right? My conditioning. My channel, my conditioning. People either like it or they don't like it. I don't force people to watch. Okay? So it doesn't matter what you do or what you say here. Externally, people have had a problem with people speaking. Right? Seems to be your energy here. Because some people miss those little things where a tarot reading really doesn't mean what people think they do. You know, it can mean so many different things that are skipped and missed because it's missed communication. People also think that they're supposed to talk about things that they don't want to talk about. So now it's really compromised this energy here, because they're now just holding on to a thread now and thinking, well, I'm only just surviving here. Like, you know, because now I feel really awkward and it's now extremely tiring having to keep this up, do this. Because if this person really does have that in their head to force themselves to not to speak to someone, that is an extreme burden for that person to carry here. Because they're having to force themselves to not speak about it, right? Because whatever is public knowledge isn't public. Which means that if I'm publicly speaking, I can't publicly speak about it, and you force my hand to now not say anything. Right? Very fucking weird. But anyway, Gemini. What is Gemini? Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus and Jupiter got coming up for June. Just the beginning of. Okay, Aries. For Scorpio also. Okay, so it can be a Scorpio or Aries, but it isn't Aries in the deck here. But again, I can do what I like. I run my own business, I run my own show, and I do whatever it is that I like. If you don't want to speak, then don't speak. If you don't want to talk, then don't talk. But I have to continue on with business as usual. I have to run my own business, I have to run my own clock. I'm quite sufficient, and I will do it. So it's up to you whether you like it or not, but it is still a Scorpio energy, which means it's private, it's confidential. It's not your business, right? It's not what it is that you need to know. It's the fact that it's private to me. Right? It means the most to me. It's sacred. It's personal. I have to be somebody that can take criticism from people. And if they don't like it, then what are you doing here? Right? If you don't like what guidance means, then what do you think that I do? Help to navigate you by giving you Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Jupiter, North Node, and also numerology. Right? So it guides you to know who's what and what's where by looking at the energy of also numerology. So you can watch this here, the Aries reading, and see if this came up through that. Because if you're a Gemini in any chart whatsoever, right, but you have, say, a Scorpio placement, but you don't have an Aries placement, you can watch this, that reading, Aries, because it will just shoot over to the sign that you do have, right, of a 4, right? Hope you guys know what I mean. If not, please watch the video if you've just found the channel below that explains to you about the numerology. Because it's what you call out of first is what you're calling out. Gemini, 6. Right. So Gemini, what have they got coming up for? What has Gemini got coming up for June 2021? King of Cups, man. You ain't going to sway this person. This is swayly or suave or someone that's very suave. But like here, you got Aries, Scorpio, or Aries, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. But again, because this turns up and this is Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, it will show up in another reading of numerology, which means that this person can have a mixture of water, but also Aries or Scorpio. Okay. So it's kind of like strong leadership, showing courage, showing strength to be who I am, right? Standing above the crowd to be normal. I know what love is, Jenny. I know what love is. I know myself, inside out and upside down. Do I know myself, right? So I'm an extremely intuitive, wise person that knows what to give up and what to leave and what to persevere with, because I have to be a person that can tell people to fuck off or get out, right? If you don't like it, go, right? Which means that it's my way or the highway. And if you don't like it, it's all right, boo, because I'm okay on my own. It's truth. It means that I am quite sufficient to look after myself. I can do what I want, say what I want, okay? I know who I love and what I love. I know what I love about my life. I know what to do with it and the direction I want to take that in. And because I do, if you love me, you love me. If you hate me, you will hate me. Right? But I still will do my own thing. Right? Stephen King. But I will still do my own thing, and you either love it and hate it. It's like a box of chocolates or Marmite. You know, you open a box of chocolates, there's probably like an extremely sticky toffee in there that when you bite into it, you get it all stuck around your gnashers, bruv, and you can't like, right? You gave me water, Adrian, right? So, you know, there's going to be one in there that you pick around and you're like, nah, I don't really like that one and that one, but go on then. Or I like those ones with the peanut swirl, right? But those ones I'll just push to the side, right? Here, this person probably eat the old books, right? But they'll choose themselves every time, which is also, if this is a fish, you'll probably see them as very selfish because they just do their own thing. If this person here learns to go with the flow of the energy to do what they want and go downstream everybody else will look at this person physically going up like a salmon, right? So it's kind of like, yeah, but you always seem to do or want whatever you want, don't you? You get your own way, you get your own thing. You know, you think that you're very smart, you think that you're very suave and everything else, blah, blah, blah. You think that you can do all of that? Yeah. Do you not like that about me? No. Well, then why the fuck are you here? Right? I don't like you. No, well, you don't have to, because I like myself. I like who I am, what I am. So you're not going to change me, right? If you are in a relationship with the person, Gemini, they love the bones off you, bruv. Yeah, they love you, okay? Your mother loves you, your brother loves you, your sister loves you, everybody loves you, Gemini, right? But yeah, your person, they probably will not say that though. They probably won't go into like, oh, baby, do I love you, Jenny? No, they more than likely won't talk like that either, unless they're a likely lad, right? This just reminded me of it's not a Peaky Blinder, right? But again, they will do what they want. If you love this person, you will want to spend every minute around this person because they have good energy, right? If you hate this person, it doesn't mix well because of the not speaking and talking, because they are controlling. Why? Because they are controlling signs of Scorpio, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, but also an Aries, which is also a Scorpio. So they take charge, they take lead, right? If you do not like this person being controlling within their own right, you will see them as controlling of doing exactly what they want whenever they want. So if you're in a beef with this person and you don't like them, then ask yourself the question, why are you constantly trying to ask this person what they won't give you? You need to come to terms, if you love this person, who they are for what they are. And if you do, you got a good reading. If you don't, your reading's bad on the external, right? Do you know what I'm saying, Gemini? Let's see. Because you have to get on with people for what it is about them that you like about them, right? Here. But again, Gemini, Sun, Rising, Venus, Jupiter, North Node for June. One more card, please. Nine of Swords. See, stressed out and worried. Well, it doesn't have to be. It can be a minor card. It's a Virgo quality. It means that I love you that much that I want to spend every minute with you. Every waking minute with you do I think about you day in and day out. Oh, it's my boyfriend. Oh, yeah, no, what's... And then, like, people are like, what do you do with your boyfriend? Oh, listen, I tell them blah, 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 blah. And it's on someone's mind constantly that thinks about their boyfriend or their girlfriend. It's up to you, whoever thinks about whoever. But they think about this person day in, day out, day in and day out, constantly, all of the time. It might not be a bad thing, it's just that it's a 9. It means that I can't get enough love out of you. Which means that, okay, if I can't get you to say love and everything else and be loving, then I want to talk to you all of the time to feel what that energy is that comes from these two energies. Which means that people like to be around this energy. Don't forget, if you're Geminis and you hate it, then you have to ask yourself why you're still in it. Because if you are here, it's kind of like somebody likes to be around these energies here, which is the King and the Emperor, which means it brings security and comfort to a person, right? Security, comfort and stability, not an unstable energy, right? So it means somebody of here of possible Virgo, possibly, likes to hang around this kind of energy for security, right? For security, truthful and honest. If you guys are going to start shouting and screaming, no, I hate them, then you have to obviously watch the rest of the reading and find out how it's clarified. Because I'm reading from 3 cards plus giving you other stuff, right? But it can be worried, slightly worried, right? Minor Arcana card. I'm worried what's going on with my boyfriend or girlfriend. Are you coming over tonight? I don't know, I've probably got to work. Oh, really? Okay, never mind. Right. But again, thinking about the person all of the time a lot, right? They're on, you are always on my mind, you are always on my mind, right? But it's energy here, like I said, the main part of this bit, because we're going to, is the security that this person offers, is the security blanket. It's the stability. It's that what they have about this person that offers security of what people want is the security, right? Unless you're a security guard. But anyway, someone's very protective over their boyfriend or girlfriend also, that might be stressing them out. So if you want the rest of your reading, this goes to tier 1 and also the full access bundle, Gemini. Okay, obviously, again, as before, if you just found this channel, the full access bundle offers you what it says on the tin. Yearlies are over there, weeklies, bi-weeklies, everything. Free music is now going to be over there from Angel Radio, but I cannot organise the tiers. So you have to do the work to flick through them to find whatever it is that you want. But I am now giving people my music. I'm putting it on the full access bundle as well as the readings as well. It's just like an added bonus. Whenever I make a new one, some of the old ones are gone over there, but again, when I make a new one, the MP3 will be over there for download. It will say Angel Radio, and you can click on it and download the MP3 for yourself. Okay, that's a free added bonus that goes over to the full access bundle. This, like I said, tier 1, but also the full access bundle. Full access bundle, I have what it has last month, which was the monthly, and then 4 weekly readings, hopefully also, okay? And then as month end, because you're getting this before the month end, so it's a churning over around about 5 or 6 readings, hopefully throughout the month, with different messages, different things, but you also get what it says on the tin, which is Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Jupiter, North Node, but then you also obviously get to see your numerology parts of your reading, if you've seen the video below, and you put the readings together and think, wow, that message, that message, that message, that message, that message is relating to me now really being able to be guided and put the questions together of what it is that I want answering. Okay, you will always have answers and questions of life that come up in different ways and different manners. Okay, that's why I try to give you as much info as I can. Okay, anyway, the links will be provided below. You can find the video, the link to Patron. You can find an email for personal readings, for whatever you like. It is all in the show more section, Gemini. Thanks very much, guys, and I'll hopefully see you on the other side.